Hey guys, welcome back to another Foundry review. We got the next episode of Daredevil Born Again, episode 6, Excessive Force. We got Sly, we got Johnny.
What
You
I
guys
do?
ready to get into this episode and we'll talk about this one?
I'm excited.
yes.
It was pretty fucking solid. We saw some dope suit action, man.
Yes.
Right, we did.
It's about time. We finally got it.
Yep.
He's actually doing stuff in the suit.
Well, although was he wearing a suit at the end of 4 training or no?
No,
Okay,
he
never
just
mind.
showed off his collection. Yeah,
Okay,
he
okay,
flexes
okay.
the
Yeah.
the
I couldn't
duds.
remember. Yeah. Well, we saw some suit. We saw some Muse action. We saw Fisk being an evil piece of shit. Saw him forming a fucking New York version of the Gestapo. Pretty good stuff
Pretty
there.
much.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
good stuff there.
Yeah. A lot more of the whole two sides of the same coin, both of them getting back into their OG, like, you know, they're trying to do their best, but they're actually slipping back into their old
Old
habits,
ways.
sort of a thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
very much on the nose with that.
Their suits are calling to them, you know, like the
Yeah.
Daredevil suit's calling to him, and the White Fisk suit's calling to him. What did you guys think about that very strange Atom fight scene?
Oh,
It
at the
was
Oh,
interesting.
That's I felt so weird. There's a lot of things I felt kind of weird and questionable. There was that. I wanted to ask you guys about him ripping his suit. I
that's
wasn't.
the foreshadowing about Fisk kind of becoming jacked. I think they're going to make him like the comic book version of him, where he's just ridiculously yoked, like 6'8", 400-pound muscle dude. I think they're going for that.
Okay, I didn't
Right.
know if it had something
'Cause
to
I
do
think
with
he
like.
lost weight. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's coming back into his,
It's a
OG.
comment Matt makes in the very first episode where he's like, you know, your step has gotten lighter, you know, like you've
Oh, okay,
replaced
okay.
fat with muscle. And he's like,
Got
do
it.
you want to spar? Like, I'm not in the mood. He's like, no, like, I'm just, you know, I'm saying, like, I hear you.
I didn't.
So, and then the suit ripping, yeah.
I thought.
And then the fact that he gave a hatchet to the, sorry.
No, you're okay. I apologize. I was gonna say I thought it had something to do maybe with like the Melvin Potter stuff about how he made like those armored suits before, and like him saying like he's not using his armored suits before, like he's in a vulnerable place like mentally and physically.
Oh. That's an interesting thought as well.
That's-
there might be a few meanings to it, you know?
That's what I thought. His weight sounds maybe is different, but yeah. That one makes a little bit more sense. Was that the character? Was that like a hot girl's stepdad from Jack from Hawkeye?
Hot girl's stepdad from.
The guy with the sword, the swordsman?
Oh, right. Lalo Salamanca? Yeah.
If that's the name, Jack Deuce.
No, it's, what's his name from Breaking Bad?
Yeah, but like that the
yeah.
character though, Jack. Yeah,
I
that's
think it is that guy, yeah.
because they showed the
upper-class
vigilante
dude.
video and they're like, it's just a dude with a sword. I'm like, is that the Jack dude from?
Yeah, that
From
felt like a
Hawkeye?
place.
And then they're like doing the big meeting in Daredevil, and then
Oh,
you know,
yeah. That is interesting. I didn't even think about that. I thought he looked familiar, but I didn't make that connection.
was that him though? Was that the swordsman? Because they referenced.
that
Okay,
was the swordsman.
weird.
But he's also playing, like, he is that character. Like, that's him as an actor, but he is in fact playing that character.
I
as well
think
in this
so
one.
because they literally show a video of the swordsman fighting like criminals on
Yeah.
the street. So that can't be a coincidence.
That was pretty awkward. That felt weird. I was like, are they just having like bootleg heroes
Just
out and about? Like,
Broad daylight type of shit like that. It's just
Yeah.
fighting. I don't know. There's a lot of weird things that kind of maybe turned my head a little bit.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
What do we think?
Sorry,
oh.
go ahead. I'll
I was gonna go back to a little bit further in the episode, like in the beginning. What do you guys think about that whole interaction between Matt and his new girlfriend with her? What is she? She's writing it. She's trying to write a new book on vigilantes or something like that, and the psychology of it or something like that. I thought that was interesting. She was pressing him a little bit on the.
he is
it was
dating.
odd.
He is dating the therapist of the Fisks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
make sure because she was talking, I'm like, is this bitch a reporter? I'm like, what's happening?
It's a
I-
special report.
She's like, I'm doing an article, and I'm like, hang on, wait a minute, what the fuck's happening? I was like,
Yeah.
I
that
was
did
so
throw me off.
confused
It was
for a
like,
minute.
what?
And
I
her,
think the hard part is like figuring out how long they've been together.
yeah,
I
that's
can't tell what time. Like, has it been a couple months? Has it been a few days? Like, they seem pretty close now.
yeah for sure.
And like they've clearly been at each other's places for quite a bit. So has it been like
Yeah.
several months? Like it's hard to tell. Well, I guess we do know actually because it was just St. Patrick's Day, and before that, we saw him win the election, and then he was doing stuff at New Year's. So it's been, I don't know, what 4, 5, 6 months.
Yeah,
since they,
enough for
like, knew
him
each
to
other?
still be
Oh,
in
you know what,
contact
yeah.
with Hector. Is that his name?
Oh,
Yeah,
Hector
White Tiger?
Ayala.
Yeah, for his death. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's still been recent enough for them to be talking about that enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, the girl.
Yeah. Muse is pretty cool. It still seems kind of baffling that he managed to kill almost 100 people without
Yeah.
anyone really noticing. That's
Yeah.
quite interesting to me.
Pretty
Yeah.
creepy.
It almost makes you think he's gotten in or something. Someone's looking the other way or something.
Maybe.
Supplier.
Yeah, that's a good point. Supplying the blood.
I have a weird theory about him, honestly. I know we originally thought it was probably the skinny awkward kid, but the way that this dude was built and his moves, like it seemed like an odd misdirect, and I was like, I don't think this is the same person.
Maybe you're right.
I think it's someone in Fisk's organization.
Maybe it's his right hand
Wait,
man.
who were you saying we were
Do
supposed
you
to
remember
originally
the
think it was?
awkward kid in the same episode where Fisk hires the therapist?
Yeah,
The-
she did like a
yeah.
book signing, and he came up. He's like,
Yeah.
"Are you looking for new
Oh.
patients?" I thought that was.
I thought it was him too. They were just kind of alluding to like some like weird misunderstood person, like the cliche trope. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
here's a dude that needs help. By the way, he's actually a psychopath. You know, but
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like that's the case.
I see what you're saying.
I might be wrong. Maybe that is the misdirect. But I mean, the dude that was, you know, whoever the hell Muse is, guy's buff. And the dude can scrap. He was throwing hands on.
Yeah,
on
I was gonna
not
say it's
lie.
like usually like with your serial killers, like typically like how the past is shown. It's like, hey, they find a victim, they prey upon them, and like there's a bit more psychology into it. But like this guy was actually had fucking moves, could fight, was a fighter, and could hold his own. Which it's like you don't see Jeffrey Dahmer doing that, you know?
No.
Right. Yeah. Because they're using easy tactics where they don't have to work a lot.
Yeah,
Whereas he actually knew something about what he was doing, obviously, because otherwise he
Yeah.
would have been knocked out like 10 seconds in.
Mm-hmm.
That is a
It is
good point.
interesting.
I really was kind of hoping to see a little bit more build up for them to reveal a serial killer and then try to take him down the very same episode. That's kind of fucking lame.
Yeah.
I would rather them scrap an episode of a bank heist that really didn't do much for it to have like a little bit more detective skills or
build-up.
something. Yeah, you know, maybe I don't know how.
Instead, my uncle thought there was something going on in the train station.
I know,
Right.
like just instantly she just knew, and like we see like some two girls say like, "Hey, are you the Muse? We love your work," and then you hear a scream, and then the next scene is like, "Yes, apparently 2 girls went missing." Like, yeah, and 58 other fucking people apparently. It's just like, okay,
The only thing I really liked about the buildup was the waste management department.
I
being
loved
like,
him.
Oh yeah, it was blood. He's like,
Yeah, his whole
"Huh?"
rambling of like explanation was kind of
So,
funny.
anyways, I was trying to get rid of the paint. There was this high problem.
got a
of
chemical
residue."
analysis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he's just like, "Oh, by the way, yeah, it's blood." It's like, why didn't you just fucking lead with that?
Yeah.
You dipshit.
I feel like the
Yeah.
episode was very all over the place.
Very
Yeah,
scary.
because Fisk also sets up this task force, which I mean, kind of like relates to like, oh, got to get these serial killers, but not use vigilantes. So we got to put this task force of people who also are like almost on the edge of being vigilantes themselves because
Yeah,
they
unstable
do
fucking-
bullshit shit. And you're like, all right, cool. Now we're gonna get this group of like, I don't know, almost crooked cops. You're working for Fisk. Great. That's good.
Yeah, so it's like he has his own privatized military, almost military kind of set of cops to do his bidding.
With special
Exactly what he
permissions
has.
too.
Yeah, they don't have to wear
Yeah,
body
no
cams.
body
and shit.
cams?
Yeah,
Like,
like,
that's-
Body cams, special
crazy.
gear.
yeah, it feels like a great abuse of power. Like fucking A, man. where
Yep.
they get to do whatever the
knows all
fucking
about
what the
that.
higher ups want them to do with no consequences whatsoever. Like lovely, sweet. You know what,
I
New
mean,
York?
even the commissioner was like, "These are my most bad apples, dude. Like, what are you doing?"
Yeah, he mentioned he's like they're terrible people, man. Like that's what he like felt like he was implying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "You're putting together a crew of my absolute worst fucking employees."
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he said like, "Oh, I know who's gonna lead them," did he say like Detective Powell? Is he?
Cole North.
So he's okay.
Powell seems like an important character still.
Mhm.
But Cole North. Cole North is a known character, and I know some people are upset about this decision that the creators had. I think he plays a big part in, I don't know if it's Daredevil or Punisher comics, but he's apparently like a pretty by the book cop, and the show's portraying him as an absolute fucking dirtbag. So,
Oh, okay. I see.
complete shift.
I see some set photos of him actually. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, so is Cole North is the new character that we got introduced in this episode, or
yes,
he's the cop
he's,
from
he's
earlier?
the officer from, I think, Chicago.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
you're right.
Which
Which I thought that makes sense that they were trying to introduce you to a character they want to establish, but in a really fucking awkward way.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, "Hey, here's some scenes and some dialogue that lets you introduce, like, lets you see a character." Instead, they're like, "Hey, character, what's your name? Where are you from? What's your backstory?" You know, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
they should have just had
Yeah.
like a little like middle thing where fucking like they just Vincent D'Onofrio shows up like, "Hey, if you're interested in this character, click this link down below and we'll take you to a comic book
That's
section."
exactly what it felt like.
It's like, yeah, it was very weird now that you mention it. That makes like so much more sense of like the awkward conversation. Yeah,
Yeah.
the more I talk about it, the more I'm like, this episode.
The more you realize the last episode was better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I do give them props. This isn't specifically for this episode, I guess, but the other cop that has been, kind of antagonizing through the rest of the episodes and then is now in this task force. He does a great job of like just looking like he is such a piece of shit.
Oh yeah.
Like he has that
What a bitch.
I am like way better than you, like higher than thou, like he's just got one of those faces when he's like acting like he gives off that essence and you're like, damn, I hate this guy. Like he is doing such a great job
And
of
Officer,
embodying
he's
that
acting.
character.
Officer Powell,
Like-
fucking yeah, he's a goddamn monster.
Yeah. But like I give him props because like I am feeling the exact emotions they want me to when I look at his character. I'm like, that guy's such a piece of shit. But yeah. I think that's basically all this episode. I guess we didn't talk about the actual Kingpin fight that you mentioned earlier on.
Oh yeah, the fight with Adam.
Or the
Yeah.
Muse situation too much, but still.
Yeah, for sure. I thought it was
Adam's
very.
hair got long.
I actually really liked one thing in the the little fight with Adam. I don't know. I might be just reaching because it looked like he had the painting from Vanessa hung up in that basement, and it looked like Adam's
did.
blood just like splattered all over it. I'm like, that's a really
No,
cool
no.
fucking image.
That's the blood from
Bullseye.
OG
Oh,
season, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
whoopsie.
the OG. That's the OG blood from season 3.
My bad then. I thought
Which
that.
is a nice attention to detail, honestly.
I thought
because
that.
I
I'm
think we
glad they
saw-
kept it. Yes.
I think we saw a brief look at the painting in an earlier episode too, and I noted it because it also still had blood on it. I was like, he's keeping that. Oh, I think probably when he came down here the first time, in like 2 episodes ago, I noted I saw it and I was like, huh, they really kept that painting and kept the blood on it. That's some class right there.
I noticed that. I wish I got to see a little bit more of his like setup down there and stuff because he's got like a little fucking spooky dungeon.
Yeah. I
I
wonder
was
where that
worried
is.
when I
too.
saw him come out with the hatchet. I was like, "What is this? The Shining?"
I
Yeah.
don't know. He just he's like my father, blah blah blah. Like he fucking I
a boy.
use tools and shit. Like here's an axe, try to kill me. And then Adam's like ah, and then he threw him. He's like ah again, and then he's like fucking dipshit and threw him in the cage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he
I don't
really
know.
Just wanted to prove himself.
I don't know if he was just pissed off and wanted to let off some fucking steam. That's what it kind of seemed like to me. Because after the one character from the crime underworld that they had going on kind of showed up and was like disrespectful to the mayor's office, he's like, I ain't paying your fucking money. I don't know if he just needed to let off some steam or something like that. That's the only thing I could think of, but they really
feel
didn't
like
show his
maybe-
frustration. It just looked like he just wanted to take something out on him.
Yeah, I don't know. Like my original thought was that he's like trying to, like, as part of his like, I guess getting back with Vanessa or whatever. Like he's trying to like stop any loose ends, and this was his way of like doing that to some degree because they are mending their relationship or something, and he wanted to just like get this part over with, even though he promised not to kill him.
Yeah.
Which is strange. So I'm not really sure what the thought process is there.
Dude, I have no
think
idea.
It was a mixture of him like just kind of slowly losing his shit from like trying to play by the rules all around him, especially like asking the elite for their money and
Yeah.
like just kind of getting scoffed at, and then just the helplessness of everything. Like he's finally kind of feeling cornered, and then he also got egg on his face when they like mocked him with, well, Muse mocked him with the whole cop thing. That's why I thought Muse is someone in his organization. Like immediately after the whole
yeah,
situation with the commissioner, he stages the two bodies and like it tips off the cops, I think, on that one or something. He did something that I was like, only someone within could have known that.
If it had to be
Interesting.
anyone that they've introduced that I can think of, it's like it's got to be like that handler. That
The proper British dude? Yeah.
yeah, but like, I
Wesley
mean, like,
2.0?
when does he fucking get away from them? You know, to be like
Good question.
to go kill 60 fucking people.
Yeah.
question.
Very weird. And it's like if he's a fucking serial killer, I feel like he gets enough off like killing fucking random ass like degenerates and stuff like that, dude. And shit fast, whatever. Very. I'm interested though because he had to stop mid fight with Muse to go fucking take care of what's her face, the niece of Hector.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if she was going to make it for a second because she lost a lot of blood.
Yeah, I was really excited for like a serial killer, and he looks like a fucking brutal character, like with the white mask, the blood on him. He looks like disgusting and quite evil, and I feel like they did not. I feel like it was a bit
they
of a
could have used it for longer.
yeah. I feel like it was a bit of a letdown.
Yeah. I was worried that the girl was going to use the powers or whatever somehow, right? Because it's a tied to Hector's necklace or something, right?
Yeah,
I was worried
yeah.
that she was going to like use that to go figure stuff
Oh,
out.
yeah, that'd been actually kind of smart though.
That would have been a lot better than just going down there with nothing planned like she did. So I can't believe she didn't. But I don't know if she realizes like how it all works. I don't know how much she knows.
It was a really neat contrast because at the same time both scenes were playing out. It was the Adam and Fisk fight, and it was Daredevil and Muse fight, and they were just kind of switching back and forth to the different parallels and whatnot. And it looked like it was good on paper, but in execution, I feel like it was too dark, and I actually kind of had I kind of wasn't super interested in the Muse stuff, and I was mostly confused with the Adam stuff, so it was hard to be like kind of taking it all in. But I don't know. I wish I enjoyed it more because I really like Muse. I really like the Daredevil fights, and I'm like, we finally get a fight scene, and I can't really fucking see anything.
Yeah. I feel like that's a fair assessment.
But that's just me. That's just me. I just could not.
Yeah.
Sly, what do you think? Yay or nay on the fight scenes, personally?
On the fight scenes, yay. I liked the Daredevil fight scene a little more than
Oh yeah, me too, 100%.
the Fisk fight scene. It just felt more appropriate, but also it had some neat moments in it. Like, I don't know if you remember this felt like a callback to the OG Daredevil show where he talks about his dad, how like he just would like approach the guy with like his arms at his sides, like just taking hits. And at one point, Daredevil's just kind of soaking up just absolute punishers by freaking Muse.
He does.
And he just walks that shit off and just starts bashing the hell out of him. And I was like, bro, like that was that like callback to like the Murdoch boys have the devil in them. I was like, whew.
Dude,
Chill.
you might be right because that makes way more sense. Because when I watched it, I was like, damn, he's just letting himself get hit. Well, like, what the hell is he doing? Like, he should be able
He
to dodge
legit
this
took
shit.
like a 3-piece combo, like 2 kicks and like a punch from Muse, because Muse was pretty acrobatic with some of his hits.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He
Like
was.
the dude could
Yeah.
fucking move. He's not just your ordinary, just like serial killer type of dude.
Yeah, it has me thrown off because I'm like, who is this guy?
For
What is
real.
his backstory?
Yeah. So he's got to be connected in some way, and he's got to know. Like, I don't know. It's very weird. It's a mystery, you know. Apparently,
I wonder if he's actually dead though.
Muse. Oh,
Muse?
a zombie.
I mean, it's possible. He choked him out, but I don't because the
Daredevil doesn't
episode
kill
kinda
people.
Ends. Yeah, that's true.
You know,
Right,
I'm
so, like-
thinking he's gonna cross that line this season.
I don't know because we don't see what happens. Like the
That's the
episode. just
reason
kinda
why he
ends.
put the cowl down, was because he fully intended to kill Bullseye, and that's why he walked away. And every time we've seen him have a fight scene, man is holding nothing back. If it wasn't for the girl like almost dying, I'm convinced he would have finished off.
Yeah,
with
that's what I'm saying.
then and
Like
there.
he showed no like kind of. He was not holding back at all. Like he's
No.
like, if he dies, he dies. Like he was gonna choke him
Yep.
out and be done with it. You know.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen him do violent shit in the past, but so far this season, he's already snapped 2 people's limbs to the point that they're not healing.
Yeah.
That shit is not getting repaired.
Well, actually, you know what? I'm actually watching through a bit of the episode right now, and he chokes him out. He falls on the ground, and then like they show him with his eyes closed, and he's like laying on his back in a bit of light. But then after he wakes up, wakes the girl back up, he later looks back to where he was laying, and he's not there. So I think
he's
he got
gone.
up and
He
and
did.
walked
He
out.
left.
Okay,
Yeah.
So
he
he's-
escapes.
so he is still alive,
hmm
but he would have killed it. What you're saying is he would have.
Yeah,
killed
he
him,
would
but
have
didn't
if
have
it
to.
weren't for the girl.
Got you. Okay, I misunderstood. That makes sense. So we will see him return then, in some
Oh,
sense.
yeah.
What if he's just
And
done?
now,
He's like,
think
you
about
know
it,
what?
you kicked him out of his den.
It's like I've killed enough people. I think I'm done. I think I'm retired.
Yeah. I'm satiated now with my
A
killings.
man in a devil costume came through my crib and beat the shit out of me.
Can you
Like,
imagine
I think
that?
I wanna
It's
hang
just
up.
like I'm just done streaming. Daryl comes in, beats the fuck out of me, breaks both my legs. You're like, you know what? I'm done streaming. I don't know what I did to piss him off, but I did something. I'm fucking done.
That was my sign.
Yeah, that
I'm
was the
done
sign
now.
from God. Just tell me to stop streaming video games. It's just Muse. It's just the same. He's like, you mean to stop doing my art? Fine. You hate art. I got it. I'm done doing art forever. Fine.
I'll start
Forget
using
it.
AI now. It's fine.
Oh, that's. I want to see Studio Ghibli walk in, beat my fucking ass.
Yeah, no, he's like, no, that's worse. Now I'm actually gonna kill you. Daredevil hates that shit.
Oh, that's fucking funny. Alrighty, I don't know. This episode was very weird for me.
It's a tough one.
I don't know
is a
where to
tough
land
one.
it. I mean, I liked in the I made a little bit of progress, but I'm like, I don't know. Fucking, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough because I usually use the last episode as a gauge of where this one was, but it's like there are some parts I liked a bit more, but I also agree that it was kind of, I don't know, it was a little all over the place as well. Like this one obviously kept the main story going a bit more than the last episode, but it was also a little bit like back and forth on different things, so it was a little more confusing. So I guess for me, damn, I was about to say 8, but I don't know if I want to. I feel like it's slightly lower.
Which
Give me a sec.
sucks
I'll
because
keep thinking about it.
it sucks because I feel like it should have been an 8. You know, like some
This
important
episode-
stuff happened.
Yeah.
This episode to me feels like the next one is going to make or break this last one. It's going
Yeah.
to either help kind of double down and be like, man, this set this up really well, or where the fuck was that supposed to go?
Did we get our Disney Plus break in the middle to where the first half is good and the second half just falls flat? Are we?
No,
did we-
no. Don't say that. No,
I don't want to say it,
Put
but
that out there.
I don't think this episode was bad, right? I guess there's just a couple personal things that I did not like, you know, which it's just my opinion. But
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I wish I liked it more because I'm so fucking like I love the Muse character, That's the same
Yeah.
reason why I love the Bullseye character in season 3 is just like, dude's a fucking serial killer, a psychopath. Like that shit's dope. Like that's one reason why I personally love Carnage. Cause I'm like, when you add like a super realistic dark thing and add it to like the comics and stuff, and you see how that kind of like mixes in, it's pretty fucking cool to me because you don't see it being done too often, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So I really wanted, but like you said, we're not completely done with Muse yet. But it feels kind of weird how we already saw his lair. We already saw him defeated, you know? I don't know. I'll give it a fucking... I'll give it a 7.5. I feel like that's way
fair.
too high.
I think I agree with you then. 7.5 is pretty good. It's like pretty close to last episode, but just a slight dip. But I don't think I feel like a 7 was a little bit too low for me.
Yeah.
So like a 7.5 is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 7.5.
7.5?
It's more or less neutral. It's
Yeah.
a lot like the last one. It just has different. It has a different vibe about it.
Yeah, for sure. It
Yeah.
did go back to the kind of the darker roots that we're talking about in the last episode, how it felt a
Yes.
little bit more like lighter, you know, in tone wise and theme wise. And I guess when there's a man draining people of their blood, I guess it is bound to be a little bit darker, and you don't have Yusuf Khan cracking jokes at that. I guess that sucks.
Ooh.
I guess I'm not a vampire, so it doesn't really work, does it? Well, if it's just like Morbius is in the next episode, he's Muse. So we're 7.5 then.
7.5.
All right, well there you guys go, 7.5 for episode 6 of Daredevil. Yeah, and we'll be back next week with some more Daredevil. But if you guys enjoyed it, please make sure to leave some support for the slugs down below. Ken and Slykiko be streaming over on Twitch. Make sure to drop in over there, drop a follow, you know, just in case to catch them live. But we'll see you guys later on the next review. But until then, bye guys.
Bye.
Peace.